Hello, welcome to another exciting edition of Farmers Diary. I'm your host, Iwe Sekunde. Farmers Diary is your weekly #1 agricultural television extension program where we share with you numerous agricultural opportunities and challenges that farmers grapple with in their quest to increase food production. This week, I invite you to take a trip with us to southeastern state of Anambra, and we would bring to you the landmark achievement and impact made by the International Fund for Agricultural Development and Federal Government of Nigeria Value Chain Development Program (Vcdp) in the last 2 years. A visit to the state attested to the strong will and determination of the good people of Anambra, who have wholeheartedly grasped agricultural opportunities and farming as a business. To begin with, Anambra State was created in 1976 from part of the then East Central State, with its capital in Enugu. With a further reorganization in 1991, the state was subdivided into Anambra and Enugu State, with headquarters in Awka. Anambra State consists of 21 local government areas. This state, christened Light of the Nation, is situated in the southeastern part of Nigeria with a population of 4,055,048 people. It has a landmass of about 4,844 square kilometers. Anambra State, noted for its vast agricultural potentials, particularly in the production of rice, cassava, maize, and yams. The reason the state was selected as a beneficiary of the IFAD Federal Government Value Chain Development Program (Vcdp), with the participating local government areas as Awka North, Anambra East, Anambra West, Orumba North, and Ayamelum.
Basically, we started in 2014, and the program became disbursed effective in February 2015. And we started with sensitization of the farmers. We conducted participatory rural appraisals to identify the various needs and challenges of the farmer beneficiaries.
The state program coordinator of the VCDP in Anambra State, Mr. Nnamdi Agwoncha, anchoring the steering success stories of the VCDP intervention in the state, with the primary aim of improving the livelihood of the numerous rural poor households through agriculture. What model has the Anambra State VCDP put in place to attain this goal? Okay,
first, like I said, we did the PRA. We did some studies to identify the paddy. We assessed the paddy situation in the state, also the cassava root situation in the state. We were able to identify various off-takers, and we were able to establish the type of variety of cassava that is so much demand. Based on that, we went to the field, we sensitized farmers, we introduced those varieties. Because in fact, it starts on a three-prong. One is market-led, private sector driven, and smallholder participation. So we were able to identify markets for the farmers. We went back, we trained the farmers on how to, we supported them, both capacity building and input and infrastructure support. We supported them to produce those varieties. Now farmers don't produce blindly. They produce to meet the exact market need of processors, off-takers, and even the consumers.
A huge tax set there by the Anambra State VCDP. How much impact has this team made so far?
If you must have heard of Anambra rice, we are one of the champions piloting it. We were able to identify the correct rice variety that is so much demand. Even the off-takers, they prefer that variety. Even consumers cherish that variety. They like that variety so much. So we were able to introduce it to the farmers. They've been producing, we've been supporting them. If you check in Anambra, we were not meeting our rice need before, but with our intervention, through our supports, both capacity building and input supports to the farmers. I mean, Anambra is rated as one of the first 3 states in the federation as far as rice production is concerned. The state government will have to appreciate the effort of His Excellency Chief Willie Obiano. He's agriculturally friendly governor. Agriculture is now his #1 pillar, and he's doing everything possible to support the movement of agriculture, development of agriculture, both growth and development of agriculture in the state. Last year, one of our farmers, Mr. Peter Okonkwo, he made a tremendous yield of 7.4 metric tons, as against 1.2, 2 tons per hectare, but with improved good agronomic practices, with the support of the private extension service providers and other consultants. He was able to adopt these good practices, and was able to make that tremendous yield. And this year, you will meet him in the field. He was cultivating 2, 3, but this year he cultivated 8 hectares. 8 hectares. As an improvement from 2 hectares to 8 hectares. And we believe he will continue to grow from there. Agriculture is now a business, because I know presently we've made some millionaires. Last year, before the mission, farmers were able to testify that they were making as much as 750,000 naira from 1 hectare of rice. Even our miller, like Wisdom Grover, if you go to his mill, he has grown so much. We have linked him to farmers. They produce, he mills, and he sells. There's market. Our farmers are smiling to the bank. It's no longer subsistence. Our farmers, before, they produce just to feed and maybe solve some little problem. But now they smile their way to the bank. And we'll give all this glory to God and His Excellency, who has made agriculture his #1 pillar.
Since we were on ground to see things for ourselves, come with me as we find out how the VCDP model in Anambra State has affected the farmers, processors, off-takers, and other relevant stakeholders.
If you look there, you would see the local parboiling drums. So we started gradually like that. We're just kicking it bit by bit until IFA stepped in, and then we're here today. What we do now is we get more speed, more efficiency, and more value, I must add. You understand? Yeah, like a close to 300% boost in what we were doing before in the past. Yeah, so it's all good now. Anambra is a land that is blessed massively in agriculture. I would advise strongly that they look within. You understand? Within Anambra, there's so much to achieve. You understand? In the agricultural sector, there's so much money to make, and it's quite fulfilling, I must say. When at the end of the day, when you go back to your bed before you sleep, you can beat your chest and say, "Oh, I'm part of solving the problem of hunger in the country." You understand? Or in the state. I think that's quite fulfilling.
I'm one of the IFAD VCDP farmers. IFAD has taught us a lot. Since the intervention of IFAD, we've been able to know what we don't know about rice farming before now. IFAD has supported us in so many, from inputs like rice seeds, fertilizers, herbicide, pesticide, that has helped us in our farming. It has reduced cost of farming for us. And last year, I cultivated 2 hectares. And from the proceeds, I was able to build a structure, a house. Bought these motorcycle and can simply help my husband pay my kids' school fees comfortably.
Since I started with Vcdp, I have a new old house like this you people are looking now. This is the old house I'm living before, but now I started with Vcdp. I have built a new house, which is a new modern house now. So with the help of Vcdp, I bought a rice mill. So with the help of Vcdp again, I bought a land last year, 2016. So I call people that opening a borehole. I put borehole there, which I prepared at the end of the November. I will started building house, hanging tank for selling of water and pure water. And that help, they help from we getting help from Vcdp under cooperative. You do better thing for my life.
We process cassava into gari under the platform of Vcdp. Vcdp awakened us to know that we are really doing a business, and honestly it's working. Right now we can look at tomorrow and say we are not afraid to be called farmers and processors of agriculture. The Vcdp have decided, and they have started, they have intervened in our operations to the extent that right now we are lacking water, so that affected our products, and now a borehole with overhead tank and solar powered, solar energy powered Sumo is there working right now as we speak, and they looked at our operation and added so much value. Before their intervention, we were moving. We will now take gari, we will now take cassava from this place, now move to the other place, and then bring it back almost to when they came. They now upgraded the center and then channeled everything. Immediately cassava arrives, it follows a process. They've now been able to separate what they called, because they were educating us anyway, what they call the wet area from the drying area and the packaging area. So we cannot wait for the building to be finished and the equipment to come in so that we can really go on. So much.
One unique feature I noticed in Anambra State is the total commitment of the state government in the development of agriculture. And so, we asked the Honorable Commissioner for Agriculture, Anambra State, to share the vision.
First of all thanks to agro-friendly Chief Executive, the Executive Governor of Anambra State, Chief Willie Obiano, who we see as an executive that is very futuristic, that brought this whole stuff into play. We are very strategic in what we do, and we have a process which includes all the collaborations that we have with donor agencies and what we do as a ministry. As far as we know, Value Chain as a program that's been designed is designed to succeed, primarily because they are demand driven. They are a program that comes and sits with the state stakeholders and we define and work with them with their work plan to make sure that it aligns with what the state has to do. For example, we know that we are keen into rice as a staple crop. Rice and cassava value chain is keyed into that. We also now have a process to make sure that we increase our production and our yield. Value chain is doing that because it's through value chain donor agency that we've been able to achieve up to 7-point-something metric ton per hectare, which is a good leap from the 3-point-something that we were achieving years back.
You're still watching Farmer's Diary. If you just joined in, you have sure missed a lot as we share the Anambra State Value Chain Development Program VCDP success story. But don't worry, you can watch the entire package again online as you log on to www.ztonline.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel, ZTTV. We still have a lot more to come on today's edition as we bring to you, as promised, the solution to the deadly aflatoxin infection on animals and humans.
Of course, there are solutions to every problem. PACA in its own way of intervening in the African sub-region. Has 6 pilot countries is working in, Nigeria being one, and the way we are intervening in these countries is to support the countries to kind of develop and sustain policies on aflatoxin control, to have sustainable plans that they can mainstream, that is mainstreamed into their national agricultural investment plans. Number one, we have to realize that we cannot see aflatoxins. We cannot taste aflatoxins. And so we have to understand that we have to take care of it through good agricultural practices, and the farmers have to adhere to these good agricultural practices. If they do not, they will start having losses even right from the field through to storage. And so if they adhere to, and aflatoxins thrive in conditions of humidity. When there's a high temperature and humidity, they will thrive. So the farmer has to ensure that the crops are dried. Once he follows the good agricultural practices to ensure that at the end he has a good, or meets the optimum temperature, he would, especially during storage as well, he would have a good harvest. Well, my final word is we need to be aware, because it's what you don't know is what kills us. But what you know, you should be able to avoid it or control it. Now we know that it can kill because it can cause cancer. It reduces our productivity, even in the animals, even ourselves. And the greatest of it is that it causes also stunting in children. So the children do not grow to the level they should grow. One, they have low cognitive abilities. Why do we want to create or have children that would not in later life be productive for us? So we need to really be aware and ensure, if we are farmers, follow the good agricultural practices. If we are processors, ensure that we test the commodities like the maize and the groundnuts and co before we actually utilize them. Well, for us in the market, the best things first is to, because we are, like I said, you can't see it, but it's better to avoid all those grains that are not whole. Now, but the implication is this: at farm level, our farmers will sort. That is a practice. They will sort out the ones they feel are not, they cannot sell. Take the good ones to the markets, which you and I buy, right? Then those ones they have sorted, they keep for themselves. That is the lower quality ones. They keep for themselves and they eat, or they feed their animals on. And so you and I, you being the journalist, please, I would want you to, when you get to the field, try to educate or inform the farmers at those levels that they should not eat those ones. Because yes, we don't see, but those ones they have sorted, they have some issues. Either they have molds on it, you can see the mold furry thing on it, or green color, or they are broken. Please, they should not eat it, and they should not feed their animals with it. And you, when you get to the market, even though the ones in the market are not regulated, really, they are not regulated, and that is one of the cases we are pushing, that there should be regulation of those grains and commodities also that you and I buy in the open market. The animal feed too. Well, NAFDAC is just beginning to enforce standards in their or regulate those animal feed. That is another key area where regulations should be enforced, because what goes round comes around. When you get to the market, or you also look out for whole grain. Try not to buy mottled grains, broken grains. You know, try to make sure that you have whole, complete grains when you are buying. When you are eating your peanuts, for example, look at it and try to sort. Try not to eat the ones that have spots. Try not to eat the ones that you think are broken or discolored. So try to eat the whole, full colored grains, and by doing that, by sorting, we should be able to help ourselves too, and we too are part of the control on aflatoxin mitigation.
At least we have a lot of effort being put in place to solve the problem of aflatoxin contamination of food, which we hear leads to death, as we talked about here on Farmers Diary. Even the ECOWAS member states have been meeting recently to discuss ways to resolve the problem of aflatoxin in Abuja. We will bring you updates on this regularly because, come to think of it, as we continue to find ways to increase food production, we must also ensure that the food produced is safe for consumption. You may have been farming all your life, but are you sure you are doing it the right way? Anyways, if you want to learn how to farm the right way, here is the opportunity.
Do you want to start farming but you don't know how to go about it? Here is a great opportunity to learn how to start a farm with only 5,000 naira. Kari Multi-Purpose Cooperative Society, in collaboration with the Center for Environmental Education and Development, SEED, and Farm Organic Nigeria Limited is organizing a one-week workshop to train you on snail farming, grass cutter farming, rabbit farming, vegetable farming such as growing mint leaves, coriander leaves, scent leaves, ugu leaf, cucumber, cabbages, and lots more. Do you know you can grow all these within your backyard, even with interlock, without any offensive smell to pollute the environment? Register now to learn how to do this for only 1 week farm training organized by Kari Multi-Purpose Cooperative Society in collaboration with the Center for Environmental Education and Development, SEED, and Farm Organic Nigeria Limited to acquire all the skill you need to start your farm. To register, call or send WhatsApp messages to 0701 345 3224 for details. As part of the training package, Kari Multi-Purpose Cooperative Society also provide access to finance to start off your farm, as well as provide farmland for interested farmers. So, what are you waiting for? To start off your farm, call or send WhatsApp messages to 0701 345 3224 for details. Do agric. It pays.
Well, we're gradually getting to the end of today's edition of Farmers Diary, but not until I inform you of this great opportunity to learn how to process cassava into amazing products that can fetch you a lot more money. For those of you who keep asking where you can find the market for your farm produce such as cassava, you can process it into flour for baking snack, combo beats, starch, fufu flour, various types of gari, ethanol, and so many other produce. More good news here is the fact that you can acquire all of this skill, that is, how to process cassava into all these products for free at the International Institute of Tropical Agriculture, IITA, located in Ibadan, southwest Nigeria.
We have to do that for trainings. One, if you come to Calabria unit, you want training, you don't want IT certificate, it will be at no cost on you except your transportation and your accommodation, your feeding. If you are outside Ibadan, your accommodation also and your feeding. But if you say I want certificate, then we refer you to a training unit that will handle everything, but we do the training. That's what we still do even till today. You want to come and learn, we are ready to train you. Calabria unit train you for free. at no cost. Most of the training at that time will not be classroom training, it will be practical work. You get to the field, see the way it is, see the way we plant, see the way we harvest, see the way we process. You learn, and then you can go back there and establish it. Like I was also telling you, I know that people will complain about the poles we use, iron poles. I tell people you don't need to use iron poles. You can use wood, real wood, hard wood, like teak, like acacia. Get to your back of your house or your farm, you have them, cut. Just do a hang like I have it here. Then you have good ventilation where smoke will not enter your eye. Then you can produce the type of gari or fufu you want to make. Then you can have the market. You're already a part to go ahead and do your work. That's what we do in IT. Yeah. My advice to every Nigerian is that it is not good for you to be a lazy person. If you are educated, you can't get a job. Set up something for yourself. You don't know what to do, look for a way to set up a gari factory. Or you make your fufu, you can do your dry fufu, you can do your gari, different type of gari. One of the things I want to quickly make is this, that one variety of cassava can give you different types of gari. The only thing is that it depends on the processing. It can give you Egba gari, can give you Oyo gari, can give you Ibado gari, can give you Igbo gari. What you need is how do you process it to give you this different type of gari. That is what is IIT. We are ready in Calabria to tell you and to teach you and to train you. This will not be a classroom work. If you are coming to us alone, unless you want IIT to give a certificate, you have to sit down. First of all, go to the field. Here is practical, and then you learn from us by participating in what you are doing.
Wow, what more can I say? Another great opportunity for you there. Rise up and take it. If you're wondering how to go about it, reach us on the following platforms showing on your screen for details. And it's on that positive note we end today's edition of Farmer's Diary. But do join us again same time next week for another enlightening edition. I'm yours truly in farming, Iwe Sekunde. Bye for now.